Happy Saturday, Sagittarius. So, hope this day finds you well. And this is your next 48. I love saying that if you've ever seen like the show, The Next 48. I don't know. Anyways, let's get to it, Sag. What we're looking at is what's the vibe for the weekend. Normally, I take Sunday is one of those days I take off, right? Um, so I will still do how to be ready for the week ahead, but this is the reading today. I'll probably also do, a current situation reading. That's kind of like what you need to know right now. But these are the energies that you may be dealing with in the next few days. And if this is your first time, this is a Sagittarius channel. And my name is Heidi. I'm here to start a sauce. I'm here to start the sauce. I am also a Sagittarius sun and moon, so I'm very Sagittarius. Like literally, I am totally ruled by Sag, even though, I am an Aries rising, so I'm a fire girl. So let's get to it. I had to wait because people were out there doing stuff with their lawn and there was just too much noise. And seems to have been lately this whole discussion over noise and everything. And I just want to say thank you for your feedback. I have a soft voice, okay, and it's kind of my hook. It's kind of my hook, so I'm not really looking to be you know, I will never like have one of those voices that booms. So you might have to adjust accordingly, but it is my thing, chicken wing. So let's get to it. So the vibe, okay, I hope you can see this, but so the cards that I'm using today are the Sacred Traveler, the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, which is amazing, and the Illuminated Tarot. So let's get to it, Sag. That's for those of you who are interested in tarot cards. And also if you're wanting personal readings, you can find that information in the description. I'm generally always offering them. But one thing to take of note is that I do not do one-on-one, no Zoom calls, no phone calls, no, all of that, all of my readings are recorded. And I do it that way because I feel like it's important to have a product that you can keep and refer back to. Because with the way energy works, you could find that 3 weeks from the time you have a reading, things start to happen like the reader said. But so that's why I do it. And because I'm a Sagittarius and I'm easily distracted, I've actually tried doing them one-on-one, and what I have found is that it changes the flow for me, because when people start talking during or asking questions, I'm a Sagittarius. Okay, so let's get to the vibe. So the vibe is nice. You're really feeling, and this is something in general that Sagittarius deals with very well, and that is the uncertainty. We always believe everything's going to work out. We don't need to know when, we don't need to know how. We do when we're in situations sometimes try to control how things work out. So it's kind of a complicated energy. But when it comes to like problems or how life's working out, we know that it will. We do. We just do. So I feel like that's where you're at, the wandering path, knowing that life is taking, you know, a direction, knowing that because we have known for a while that there is a new cycle coming in. And we've tried to be patient, waiting for that. So we're very good at enduring the process, right? And that's pretty much what's happening, because you kind of know that when you're supposed to have the answers, you'll get the answers, you know, and protected by angels, you know everything's going to be okay regardless. And that's just like, when there's a problem or when we're waiting for something, we don't stress about it the same way that other people do. And it aggravates people because we just believe things are going to work out. We believe the best of everything. Even when it comes to people, the reason that we tend to be at times led astray is because it can be a problem too with seeing people clearly because we tend to believe the best in people. And it's kind of like we see things in people that they may not be exactly presenting, and that can actually cause problems. So, because sometimes people don't live up to the best within themselves, just keeping it real. So, what the energies that might be coming in this weekend is, there's Mercury energy here, right? Mercury, the moon, and Venus. And I don't know if there's something going on energetically in the astrology that way, but it is coming to play for Sagittarius. And it's something that happens a lot, like someone coming asking for help. But a lot of the times people will come to us because we give great advice, right? They'll ask us for help and then get mad at us when we are too blunt with it. So you are really, especially since this is Cancer season, and Cancers are very sensitive, okay? Very sensitive. And so there is a need to be really diplomatic, maybe even tone down how you're delivering the truth, because we tend to be very blunt with the truth. And, you know, that's what this message is basically saying. Someone is asking for your help. It's Mercury and Virgo. And, this is someone, you know, with the moon in, the Venus in Gemini and the moon in Libra. So, this is someone that you have some sort of connection with, and that could mean anyone. But it's basically someone coming to you for advice. They could be coming to you for relationship advice, you know. But with Virgo being here, it's really about how things are done, right? It really is, because that's Virgo energy, right? But and especially with Venus and Gemini, I kind of feel, and this is just my personal opinion from what I know of Gemini, is like, it's seeing both sides, right? So instead of like telling someone what they should do, you should just give them the maybe give them the both sides of the coin, if you will. Options. What are their options here? Because sometimes Virgo energy can be really this energy of telling people what they should do. And to be honest, a friend told me a long time ago, you should never tell people what they want to do. First, you should ask them what they want to do, because at the end of the day, people are going to do what they want to do. Okay, so maybe you're just showing them what the different options might be. Okay, show them the duality of the situation and let them make their own decision, to be honest. Um, so yeah. I know that's a lot, right, Sag? That took up a whole 9 minutes. So your energy for this weekend is the Five of Wands, the Lovers. See, we're seeing the same energy in the Page of Pentacles. Like there's a situation and someone's asking for help, right? And you know, with the Five of Wands, that's it could be that this person can't get on the same page with someone they're dealing with, right? And you, instead of just giving your opinion, because with the Five of Wands we're being called to see other people's point of view. So I just kind of feel like you might be showing whoever um different ways they can go, or maybe different, because the Lovers, that's Gemini, that's duality. There's, there are two sides to every story. And I feel like that's what, the universe is telling you should do, to avoid any conflict, you know? And we want to help people. It's just that, sometimes we think we know the way, but like I said, people do what they want to do. People do what they want to do. So, we're also seeing. So now we're taking a look at what needs your attention, what doesn't need your attention, what you want to do in the next few days, what you're actually doing, right? Yeah, what needs your attention is the Queen of Cups. Like I said, Cancer, man. Ugh. Cancer energy can be. I'm not going to say any more about that. But the Queen of Swords. So you are definitely being called to be compassionate, to, rise up to whatever with no judgment. Okay? And definitely you're being called with the Queen of Cups to be, like, to show compassion here, to be sensitive to other people's feelings. Okay? Because people, like I said, Cancer season equals people taking shit personally. And you that's one of the reasons that we don't exactly mesh perfectly with Cancer. And yeah, like a friend once said to me, the problem with Sagittarius and Cancer is that's too much emotion in the room. And that could be true too, right? We're not sensitive, I don't think. But anyhow, what you need to spend less attention to is the Six of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like it's telling you don't need to help everybody. The Six of Swords is helping people to move on, right? With the Nine of Pentacles too. The Nine of Pentacles is about having everything you need. And I feel like all you really need to do is show this person or whoever this is for you that they can fix this themselves. They have what they need to fix this problem themselves. Like, I feel like you're really being called to be compassionate, yes, but do not solve this person's problem. Make them see that they have choices and what those choices possibly might be, but that they need to do this themselves. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what you want to do this weekend is the Three of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Like, you just don't want to deal with problems, basically. You're trying to leave problems behind, and so you may actually be wanting to avoid people this weekend. Which I feel like this comes in a lot, right? But I do feel like you don't actually want to deal with people's problems, but what's actually happening, um it's kind of like too, it's like you do want to help them, but you know it could be with someone who's leaving a relationship, or the Three of Swords is also an indicator of not just pain but also problems, and you don't want people to be in pain, right? You really don't. Maybe you want to help this person to move on, but what you're actually doing is walking away from the whole situation. The Hermit and the Death card. You're making this person see, or whoever, that they can solve this themselves, honestly. Um, because I kind of feel too, Sag, like you're like dealing with your own transformation, and I feel like this was supposed to be the season where Sagittarius focused on themselves, because you have your own stuff to process, with the Nine of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Four of Cups, like. And I feel like that may be what you're realizing. I have my own stuff that I'm dealing with, and You know, here's some things that you can look at, but you really have to deal with this yourself. Okay, that was very specific. That was very specific. So for real, I'm not answering my phone. For real, Sagittarius. So let's see what you're needing to focus on, and then we'll get some positive messages for you for the weekend. This is like the next few days. You know, so basically at the end of the day, people are coming to you with their problems, and you're supposed to show them how they can help themselves. And then say, look, I got my own shit to deal with, so I'm going to be over here dealing with the changes I'm trying to bring into my life. Because sometimes that happens where we want to fix everything for everybody, and then, you know, there's our stuff not even dealt with. And I feel like that's when Sagittarius gets mad sometimes, because we feel like we show up for everyone, and then when we need help, you know, nobody's there. And I think too, though, what you need to realize is that sometimes people just don't know what you're going through, because Sagittarius, we don't share flaws and problems when it has to do with our own life. We think we have to deal with things alone, or we don't want to bring negativity on the situation. And you need to realize that sometimes it's not people not showing up. Sometimes it's they just don't freaking know. So let's see what you need to focus on, Sag. What does oh, geez. That was specific, wasn't it? Chaos was showing up. What does Sagittarius need to focus on in the next 48 hours? Jesus, Sag. Maybe you could stop thinking so much. Movement. Okay. Movement, understanding. Okay, that's definitely that compassion. Oath, which is the promises we make to ourselves. Loyalty, individuality, and yeah, I mean, I feel like you are definitely meant to show compassion, okay? You know, particularly with people who are trying to move forward. See, movement and understanding. But you have to remember, Sag, the promise that you made to yourself. And that is to be loyal to yourself, right? To be loyal to yourself and not get trapped by other people's stuff. You know, because I feel like right now is really a time for Sagittarius to figure out their own moves ahead. You know? Just saying, Sag. I mean, I'm just the messenger. So let's see what your soul is wanting to tell you. What is your soul truth, Sagittarius? And then we'll do your abundance message, and then I'll let you get on with your life. So what is the soul message for Sagittarius? The soul message for Sag. Your soul truth. These are usually questions your soul is crying out for you to ask yourself. What is Sagittarius' soul truth? One card, please. What is Sagittarius' soul truth? Can I have one card for Sagittarius' soul truth, please? There we go. Am I getting enough rest to restore my energy and fully show up in my life? This body is your vehicle. Notice how your body is feeling, how much sleep you are getting, and what you can do to help your body rest. Today's mantra: the more I give myself permission to rest, the more I can contribute. So take this time to focus on your own energy. You know, just saying. Just saying. So let's see how you can be more abundant in the next 48 hours. How can Sagittarius be more abundant in the next 48 hours? Sagittarius. How can Sagittarius be more abundant in the next 48 hours? Here we go. Clearing debts. Oh boy. Your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making a plan to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well. Okay. And last but not least, let's check in with the angels. Let's see what would help you in the next 48 hours. What would help Sagittarius? What would help Sagittarius in the next 48? What would help Sagittarius? What would help Sagittarius in the next 48 hours? What would... Oh, okay. Wow, a lot, huh? Got a lot of help showing up, Sag. Cleanse and detoxify. With great love and respect, we ask you to detoxify your precious and sensitive body. At your request, we'll help. See, this is about... So the previous message, too, said something about spiritual bath. So you're needing to cleanse your energy, release energy, which I always, if you've ever listened to me, I suggest you do every night. Before you go to bed, cleanse your energy. This can be done with mantra by just saying, you cleanse the energy of the day and, sending energy back. We are Sagittarius specifically, we radiate a lot of energy, okay? So we will find that a lot of energy attaches to us, so it's really necessary to do this as often as you can, which also means sending energy back. Any energy sent to me, I return to sender wrapped in love and harmony. As often as you feel necessary, because you can feel when other people's energy is attached to you. Daydream. You will more easily hear and receive our messages if you daydream regularly. Relax and open your mind to receiving without directing your thoughts. Just notice any feelings, visions, or ideas as if you were watching a movie. So you're being called to visualize your desires. Go for it. Your prayers and positive expectations have been heard and answered. We've been working with you on this situation since its genesis, and we continue to watch over you and everyone involved. Stay on your present path, and it will take you very far indeed. So you're on the right path, basically. I love it. I love it. And they're telling you to keep praying, and we've been seeing a lot lately about Sagittarius and praying. And that's not a religion thing, y'all. It's not a religion thing. It surely is not. I pray consistently every day. So I hope this helps you and that you have a beautiful weekend. And I will speak to you soon. Toodles.